Welcome to another edition of Emerald TV. This evening, we want to talk on critical issues on the financial world. But before we delve into that, my name is Austin Oyibode. I'm the host this evening. And with me here, I have and yes, we want to look at a particular aspect of the financial world. We're referring to the fintech, and we are picking one of them, where from there we'll touch others, Opay. For some time now, Opay has been making wave in Nigeria, and it seems to be one of the biggest in the country. So I want to ask them questions. How has Opay been? Tell us a little about Opay.
All right, so prior to now, I've been this kind of person that don't really use fintech app. But it started from the cash crunch that happened in 2021 and 2019. Yeah, sorry, 2019. And during that period, I think I was a student and I was in school, and I was trying to look for a way to make payment easy. Most of the time, when we go to some places to make transfer, they reject our transfer because of the time it takes for you to send and receive money. Understand? And other times, most of these women, they don't have access to bank. They find it very difficult to access their bank. So even if they have a bank, the only thing they can make use of most times is just the ATM. And it's going to be a little bit tasky for them to always go check the POS with their ATM whenever you do a transfer, because most of the apps that have been developed by our normal banks, if I should use the main banks, they are not user friendly, especially with the aged people. So then when we were looking for something simple to use, fast, reliable, and consume less time to execute a particular transaction, that was when Opay came in and gave us a solution to our problem.
Now, sorry, I want to say that you are wrong somewhere.
Okay.
You say the major banks, their apps are not user friendly.
Yeah.
I use GTP.
Yeah.
GTP. I don't have issue with the app.
Yeah. If you make a transfer with GTP that does not go, how long does it take to get a reversal?
It doesn't. Oh, no, no, it doesn't take time. I think the one I did one time with a POS lady, it didn't take much time.
I didn't talk about. I say with their app that does not go, how long does it take to get a reversal?
For me, as I say, I use GTP. I don't think I've experienced such.
Okay.
I have not experienced such before.
I use GTB.
Yes.
And sometimes when that thing happens, you have to call customer care, and then you have to wait for these 7 working days or maybe 5 working days before you get your reversal. But Opay does not. You don't even need to call customer care. 2 seconds, you get your money back. That made Opay this popular because, you know, when everybody believes in a savior. I don't know if you understand. Everybody believes in a savior. Like, if maybe I have an issue now, and then if I run to this man here, I know he will save me. Anytime I have an issue, I will always come to him. And then to even get to a point, I'll just depend on him entirely, without even waiting for when I have problem. I always just, if I even sense I will have problem, I'll just come and meet him. See, so and so is coming up, or see. So that when I have problem, I don't need to start explaining from the beginning. I'll just tell them, see, that's what I told you about, I've crashed. See, help me, he will help me. At the time when Nigerians needed the services of our traditional banks the most, they failed us, and Opay stood up to the task. When Nigeria was in a big financial mess, you can't withdraw more than 5,000. If you even see 5,000 to withdraw from your POS, you use almost 4,000 naira to pay as charges.
Pay for your
It was very, very. You want to withdraw 5,000, you pay 4,000 naira charges, and then either you go with 1,000 naira or you lose 4,000 naira charge in your account. But Opay stood up and rose up, and even sometimes those traditional banks, they're having network issues. Some you cannot transfer more than 50,000. Cannot just useless rules that will just keep you enslaved and caged. But Opay stood up and then delivered us.
Now, sorry, let me cut it. What now makes Opay, for your explanation, and so unique like that?
Now, let's say for instance, sometimes if you make a transfer on GT Bank, let me use GT Bank on Friday, Zenith Bank on Friday to Sunday, make a transfer in those bank.
Within the weekends.
Yes, and tell me how long it will take the person that is receiving it to receive it.
Okay.
It takes a long time. It takes sometimes 6 hours, sometimes the next day before they receive the transfer you made today. Ask in Nigeria and they will tell you their experience. Zenith Bank, GT Bank, but come to Opay. Sometimes before you even before you see successful in your app as it's running,
It has gone.
the person that is receiving the money I've seen received alert. You understand? So before you even finish making your transfer, they have seen the money. So why would anybody not run to that kind of banking? It's seamless, it's fast, it's reliable. You know that even if there's any cost for reversal, before you even sleep and wake up, your money is back in your account.
Now come again. What about their charges? Compare the Opay charges to the commercial banks.
Okay, so I'm going to, before I go to where you say, I want to add more to what you just said now.
Okay.
When it comes to why Opay, because the real question is why Opay. You know, when I chose to use fintech app, there are some things I put into consideration when picking the one I go with first. One of those factors I consider was user interface. When you open some mobile apps, it's always very difficult for you to route around them. But when you open Opay, it's straightforward. Airtime, you see send, receive, transfer, it's just there for you, withdraw, just there for you. Their user interface is very easy to use. That's one. Then two, they didn't give you extra stress of memorizing a new account number.
Yes.
People don't understand how this psychology actually works. They instantly convert your phone number, which you already have and which you already know, to your account number, making it instant. So that alone, for me, marked the check to bust. You understand? Then when it comes to the sending and receiving, as for my view, the system they use is very effective in such a way that even if someone claims he sent you money and it went and it didn't enter your account, you will see the decline. You will show the result of what happened with the money in real time. There is no hidden.
Instantly.
There's nothing hidden about it. And then when it comes to charges, Opay give you 3 free transfer charges a day. But if you, no matter how aged you are with our traditional bank, that 10 naira that they will collect, they will collect that 10 naira from you. They will collect it. If they don't collect it now, they will collect it later. Opay does have additional charges that they charge you beside the one they charge you at the point of making transaction. But our traditional bank will charge you for ATM maintenance, card maintenance, so many policies, SMS maintenance, which is so not fair.
If you cannot send SMS for free, don't send.
Send mails.
Don't send.
You understand? Like Opay now, when you do transfer, they send you a mail that you made so transfer. We all know that yes, for SMS you need to buy some kind of credits from the our
cheaper.
Yeah, you need to buy from our ASP, right? Now, if you feel that this thing is going to have a burden on the people, a financial burden on people, because some people sit there and find out small money, but accumulate it and see how much you are losing. Or let it get to the point where you have 10,000 naira to pay for something, and you want to pay for that thing, and that's
you have
just
9,000 now you are 90 naira.
Now, so come again there. Now, let me come to you. From two of your analysis, it's showing that Opay is great. But now, compare Opay with MoneyPoint, Kuda, Pampay, all of that in that fintech business. How do you rate them all?
They are doing very well. They are really doing very well. Like, I think if you really allow them, it's just that the Nigerian today, I don't see the Nigerian system encouraging businesses. Let's be sincere. I don't see them encouraging businesses. Now, Opay has been operating, in fact, all the fintechs, majority of them have been operating on transaction, as costless transactions. I make my transfers, I receive money, I don't pay anybody anything. Until the Federal Republic of Nigeria had to impose 15 naira charges on every every deposit of 10,000 and above. Not like I'm saying, you know, if I receive 10,000, they'll collect 15 naira. Until they have to do that, that's why those people start collecting money from people's accounts or collecting money from people's money. And they made it open that it's not them that's collecting the money, it's Nigerian government, which are not even seeing where the money is going to. But let's put that one aside. They made transactions cost less.
That's Opay.
Fintech generally.
Okay.
Because PalmPay does the same thing. MoneyPoint does the same thing. You don't pay for their transactions. So they have made transactions costless, which is a big blow to the traditional banking system. Because those guys do not let that 2 naira, that 5 naira go. No matter how much they charge you for monthly, you do it at the end of the month. That 10 naira, that 5 naira, they must collect it. So I agree. They say they keep making noise. That's where they make their money from. That's where they make, which we all know that is a lie, because you keep money in the bank, they trade you the money. They also make money from there, and they don't pay you interest on it, but they will collect money for you for making your own small transaction. So fintech generally has made life easy, and then the network strength we use to make transaction on any of these fintech app is not as much as you spend using GT Bank or personally, don't mind me. I like mentioning GT and Zenny. I have personal issues with them.
Let me come like this.
I'm their customer, but I have personal issues with them.
There are some of these online companies that are crashing. CBS crashed a few days back. Crashed some time back.
Yes.
So are you envisaging the kind of fear that this Opay or another fintech company like Monica and Co may crash one day?
That question now, I will not say yes, I will not say no. I will not give you a yes or no answer. You know why? Opay is a business. And in every business, you make business decisions that might make or mar your company. You understand? It's a business. Those days, we used to have things like banks like Oceanic Bank, Bank PHB, and the rest of them. Those are traditional banks, strong banks. Where are they today? Something happened and then they closed.
Some merged with
So
banks.
I will not say Opay will not close one day, or Opay cannot close one day. You understand? I will not say Opay cannot close one day, but with the rate with which they are operating and with the joy they are giving to Nigerians, I don't think.
They are giving Nigerians.
Yes. I don't go outside and take a poll or a survey. Out of 100 persons you meet, I can even say the 100 persons you meet have Opay accounts. You understand?
Yes.
Even those that believe in the traditional banking system, that are scared of Opay, they still have Opay accounts. So we tell you that I get Opay, but I don't want to transfer for 5,000. I don't transfer 10,000. I need to keep too much big money inside. But they know say if they want to do that sharp 5,000 naira transaction for that market for front, now Opay they will trust, because Zenith for your hand, First Bank for your hand.
Let me ask you a few. What now is the problem with these commercial banks? That they are charging a lot of SMS charges, end of month charges, this and this. So what is the problem of this commercial bank from all your analysis so far?
Greed. It's just that simple as greed. I heard a story somewhere where a bank gave loan to somebody. I just want to point out the greed part of it for you.
Yes.
And this is just a story somewhere. The bank gave loan to somebody, and then they also give the person like how they call it. What they say is I forgot the way they call it, but it's an account. Is like an extra money added to the loan. You still pay it back, but like an overdraft, yes, an overdraft. So when they finished, when it was time to collect the loan back, do you know what the bank did? They were taking the overdraft to pay for the loan. So at the end of the day, it was as if the person had finished paying for the loan, but now it's now owing the overdraft and interest on the overdraft. Okay, how much is the interest on the overdraft? It's even more than the loan I took. So the person was funding the account. Instead of clearing his loan, they're clearing overdraft. You understand? So at the end of the day, he lost both the one he took, the overdraft, and then the money he's paying back. Everything is now like he's doing nothing. So these banks are greedy. They want to make so much money.
So what's your view?
Well, some of the issues I have with these banks that make them want to, he said greed, which partly I agree, but in my own aspect, I see it as they need to scale back and look at their system, because there is high level of maintainability with their system. It costs them a lot to manage their system. Let's take Opay for example. How many physical bidding of Opay do you see?
Yes.
You don't see so much. I think we have recently I saw a picture that shows the HQ of Opay somewhere, and then for customer to just walk in and make complaint. We are looking at a future. The bank should be innovative, because innovation saves costs. In the sense that you don't have to have physical buildings everywhere for people to trust you. If you already build a brand, work on your brand. That's what Opay did. I never knew any physical building of Opay from the first day, and I think I've transacted so much money on Opay than most banks that I even have. Because I believe if someone send me money and I want to receive the money, no. I don't have to wait till my grandmother grow back her teeth. I'll give the person my phone number. Besides, it's easy to. So banks should learn how to innovate. You understand? If they innovate, they are not just going to save costs for themselves. They are also going to reduce the bills they impose on their customers, because there is high level of maintainability. They have so much a lot to maintain, so they don't have any other choice than to pass the financial burden down to their customers.
Now, if you were asked to advise somebody,
Yeah.
either use Opay or use any of the commercial banks, what would you tell the person?
Well, use Opay.
What about yourself?
Use Opay.
Use Opay.
See, let me say
A student that does not have Opay
Yes.
in his phone, one can never touch that student. One can never touch him because he will explain tire.
Another thing is this: these commercial banks. Another thing I believe is their problem is they don't want to pay staffs. Yeah. They don't want to pay staffs. They don't want to keep employees. They want cheap services and make more money. Cheap labor and make more money. But I don't know about Opay welfare. I don't know anybody that works with Opay. But I've known some people that have worked with some commercial banks, and I know the complaints they make. Even some of my friends that work with some commercial banks, they have gone outside.
Sorry to contribute. I did a field study of Opay, and I noticed that people that actually run Opay are not really financial experts. They are just good tech people. People that believe in decentralized system that makes people to work, system that works for them. It's all about making things work. One of the sorry that I'm bringing this point in now, but one of the things that make Opay a driving force in the financial market is because their first motto is people's first. They place the people first. You understand? That is just the goal behind their system design. They place the people, the individual first. How can we serve these people? That is their motto. That is their people's first project aligned. That's why you can see that when you make the people first, you want to improve their life. You want to make things easier for them. You don't want someone to come and, do you know what it takes for someone to send 100,000 naira for a child, for the child or the wife in the hospital to take care of it, and the bank holds the money, and you go to the bank and stand in long queue, and if I do it with my Opay and probably there's a network glitch, within a few minutes I don't have to call anybody or report anything.
You have seen the money.
You see all those factors. So that's why the bank needs to scale back and rethink, because if they don't do that, they might become the next nine posts.
All right, with this, we are going to draw the curtain now. We have listened to the two arguments, and both of them are down still in one direction.
Opay.
That Opay is among the fintech companies. Opay is even they are even rate Opay better than many others. And if I was use language that they condemn the commercial banks. Yeah, they condemn them, believing that every banker should go to every bank customer to say that should go to Opay and use Opay.
Get Opay.
And then, as far as they are concerned, Opay is doing well across Nigeria. So from you over there, I know you bank with a particular bank. I don't know the name, whether Opay, whether GT Bank, whether Oceanic, and whether First Bank, whether Bank, you bank with a bank. Compare this your bank with Opay, with Monopoint, with Kuda, with Palmpay. Which of them is better? But as far as they are concerned, Opay is the best. What do you think?